Okay, so now she's going ahead, she's doing core, she's working on everything posterior. That includes her hamstrings, her back, upper back, lower back, middle back, tricep. And on these machines here, I get to isolate the muscle better by using the machines, but I'm using no assisted muscles. So I get more volume or more density in the muscle belly, so she can get more detail on her back. That she has already got more detail. And today we lift heavy weights right now, so kind of going hardcore a little bit. We're only taking a break when they drink water, and after that we're back on. That's it. After that we should be able to go to another compound move, maybe a deadlift, if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna isolate doing the deadlift for the hamstrings and the lower back too at the same time. And maybe finish up with cable for lat pull down, and we're gonna color wrap after that.
Anna is a great competitor. You know what I'm saying? She always brings 110% to the table. Always, her work ethic is like beyond and above. Sometimes we work together as workout partners with Anthony and our trainer, and like half of the time, like the stuff that I'm doing, like she's doing, I'm like, wow, she's like keeping up, with, you know what I'm saying, like other competitors that are like, a lot like stronger, you know what I'm saying, but her strength is exactly, like our strength. But yeah, I mean, like she's a great competitor. Like I said, she won like 2 weeks ago at the show that we had. I think it was the AM Pro America or something like that, and yeah, man, it was just a great show. She brought her A game. That's what we call ourselves, the A team, and she came on top. She won, and now we're ready for Vegas, and I think she's gonna kill it. You know what I'm saying? Once she goes to Vegas.
Episode of the Bobby Experience. With me, I have a bodybuilder, pro bodybuilder, Anna Tabo. Hi there. All right, so first, how you and I got introduced to each other. We were in a show together. Was it 2015?
I believe it was 2015, Tug of War.
Right. Mm-hmm. According to Facebook memories, I think that's around the time, but I can't believe time flies.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. You said, oh, it was a couple years ago. I said I think it was 4 years ago.
Right.
Maybe 5, who knows? I'm going to have to look up the pictures, the photos.
I believe you played someone who had some mental illness, like some skits, someone with...
For Tug of War, I was playing a woman that was going overseas because she was doing a tour in Iraq, and she came back. She was a newlywed at the time, late 20s. She came back to her husband, and she was very different because she was suffering from PTSD. So that was the role that I was playing for Tug of War.
Right, I remember now. Right, you were coming back and you were having issues with the PTSD, right? Okay. Great show. Yeah. Anyone that's from Circuit Paintings that's watching.
Hey guys,
hey.
Miss you.
All right. Now, you have many titles: bodybuilder, fitness trainer, Hooters girl. You're a technically trained dancer. Mm-hmm. Tell me about your dance experience, your history.
Ooh, well, I have been dancing since I could walk. My mother put me in dance classes, I think when I was 5 years old. I was doing ballet, jazz, tap, hip hop, all that stuff. I think she just didn't really know what to do with me. I was a very energetic child. So she put me in dance classes, and I loved it at the time, and I had a natural love for the theater, for performing, for being on stage. So, and then I did it all throughout grade school, elementary school, high school. I still danced when I was in college at U of I in Champaign. I was in Dance Success Caliente, and when I came back to Chicago, I kept dancing. Right now, I'm not teaching any classes, and I'm not in a performance group at the moment because my focus is on my natural bodybuilding career, but I will always be a dancer first. That's my passion. So
Great. All right. As a personal trainer, well, tell me about the training sessions you teach and offer.
well, I do mostly it at home or in-home training. I usually deal with like mothers or very busy women that don't have always the time or the resources, not the resources, but if you have like 3 kids running around, it's sometimes hard to get out the house to go to the gym. So sometimes you have to get in a workout during your kids' nap time, or this and that. So I do at home training. I give my clients routines to do that they can do quickly at home, in the comfort of their own home, and even I try to give them things that don't take as long, but you're working out efficiently. Always work hard, but work smart, not just hard. So that way you can get more bang for your buck, and you're saving time, and you're still yielding the results. So.
Right, even with as busy as someone is, it's important to stay fit, eat well. That's
Can't pour from an empty cup. Got to take care of yourself first.
absolutely. All right, now speaking more about fitness, how'd you get into competitive bodybuilding? I know you've been in competitions. I know you've won competitions. Let's hear more about
Yes.
that area.
So I started competing the summer of 2016. I have always been a fan of the sport. Well, I started getting introduced to the sport around 2014, 2015. I started going to natural bodybuilding shows, and I noticed my now coach. His name is Anthony Badeo, and he trained a lot of the competitors that would compete at those competitions. He is somebody that I definitely watched while I was at the gym, because I saw that everybody that he trained were just super committed, very motivating, very inspiring people. And at the time, I was putting those people up in a pedestal because I wanted to be one of those athletes. So I knew at the time, maybe around 2014, 2015, I wasn't quite ready mentally, emotionally, financially to take on training sessions with him, but I knew that once I was ready, that he was going to be my coach. So I signed up for my first bodybuilding competition in 2016. The first show that I did was the Spartan Natural Classic, and I ended up taking first in, let's look at the hardware. I took first place in Bikini Diva Novice, and then I also took first in Bikini Diva Open, first place. I was awarded my pro card, and then I was also awarded one more thing, but I can't quite, I was awarded best stage presence at that show. From then on, it was history after that. The following year, 2017, I did the Natural Olympia, and I represented Team USA, and that was super fun. I got to compete against, there was, I believe, 44 different countries that showed up and competed. So to see the best of the best from different countries from all over the world that all share the same passion and drive that we do, it's very, it's almost overwhelming, but it's great. You gain a family because you all share the same passions. And yeah, and then this year, fast forward to 2019, I hadn't been on stage in almost a year and a half, and I recently just competed a couple weekends ago at the Natural Pro Amateur North American, and I took first place in a new category that I hadn't competed in, and it was fitness model. So in the fitness model category, you have to show your strength, agility, endurance, flexibility, and creativity. You get 90 seconds to do a routine, and I ended up taking first for fitness model, and then I took third in Bikini Pro. and my teammates, actually, we have the same coach, they took first and second. So we were all winning, and it was a great time. And ever since then, you know, we're all doing big things and headed for the next steps. And I'm really excited and really pumped for what's to come.
I just want to say best wishes to you. You've come a long way.
Thank
I mean,
you.
obviously with all these awards,
Yeah, all the hardware.
you know, all that dedication shows.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Something I want to ask is like, well, what are some setbacks and obstacles you could say you faced?
Well, I definitely struggled not just during competition prep, but also after. A lot of people don't tell you what's going to happen after the show, and sometimes, well, at least for me, you know, I was so used to going to the gym. I had my routine. I had to eat 6 meals a day. I had to have my supplements. I had to do my cardio. I had to do my second round of cardio. And you're training for a certain amount of weeks, like 16 weeks, for example, for a, you know, not that long of a time on stage. You know, you think about the amount of time you're actually spending on stage and versus the amount of hours you've put in. It's just, you know, that becomes your life. So then once you step off stage, you're just like, well, now what? You know, you're so used to your routine, and usually our coach has us take a week off of the gym so that our body can recover because it had been through a lot. And I didn't know how to handle that. I also didn't know how to handle some of the attention that I was getting. I always got a lot of attention even as I was younger, since I was always a performer. But now that you can look me up on naturalbodybuilding.com and then being considered a pro athlete, it's a different type of attention. And if you're not used to the limelight and all that stuff, it can be a lot to handle. And then, you know, I have struggled on and off with clinical depression and anxiety since 2007, 2008. So it's been about 10, 11 years that I've struggled with that. I'm still medicated to this day. I'm working on getting off medication, but bodybuilding and fitness has always saved my life. So as far as the setbacks, you know, after shows, sometimes I'll go through a period of depression because I don't know what to do. I don't know how to handle myself. Sometimes I'll just wild out and eat everything because I feel like I deserve it, but then you end up gaining the weight all back just as quickly because your body's in starvation mode. So you end up rebounding, which is what they call that when you gain all the weight back, and it can pack on quickly. So, and I had to learn that lesson twice, the hard way, because that happened to me after my first show. That also happened to me after Natural Olympia, because that was a very long competition prep for me, and I worked very, very hard, and I was just making mistakes and just enjoying myself a little too much, and then I just started kind of crashing down. I took a lot of trips because I just wanted to keep going on vacation, and then by the time competition season rolled around in 2018, I didn't know how to finance my competitions because I had spent my money on trips since I looked good in a bikini, so I just wanted to go everywhere where I could be in a bikini. So it's been a challenge. This time last year, I was severely depressed. I was still coming out of my hole of depression. So I'm just very grateful, very blessed to be doing what I love again, to step on stage again, and to be on a platform where I can reach out to the masses and give people hope. Like, this is my testimony, especially for those who suffer with mental health issues, that you can not only overcome, but you can really rise up to the top.
Okay. So there's some people out there that struggle with body image, or anorexic, bulimic, number of different struggles, issues when it comes to their health in that kind of manner. What do you want to tell them that are struggling with those kind of issues?
It does not last forever, and to hold on. I am living proof. Like I said, this time last year, I was severely depressed. My psychiatrist at the time changed my medication because what I was taking at the time just wasn't cutting it for me anymore, and I clearly was suffering with some severe depressive moods and side effects. So I was on top of withdrawing from one medication, I was getting side effects from the other, and I was just miserable. I did not work that much this time last year. I was burning through my savings because it's hard when you have clinical depression. It's hard to get out of the house. So that was me, and literally it hasn't even been a full year later, because I was still coming out of my depression. I wasn't fully out of my hole when I started this competition prep. I signed up for this competition, the Natural Professional Amateur North American. I signed up for that in April, and I was still coming out of my depression. You know, I want to say I was still like 70% out of it, but there was still that 30% that lingered. So it hasn't even been a full like 6 months, and I've not only healed, but I had made myself stronger. So I just want to give you guys love, anybody that's going through a hard time right now, to please just hold on and reach out for help. You're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. So.
Okay. So, who are your heroes? Who are the people you'd say inspire you?
Oh, well, definitely my mother, my father, all my family in the Philippines, my grandmother and my grandfather on my dad's side, God rest her soul. My mother especially, she's definitely the definition of resilience. She's been through a lot with immigrating here and, you know, raising my brother, my older brother Michael, and me. And, you know, she sacrificed a lot to make it in this country and to give me and my brother a better life. So I feel like it would be kind of a slap in the face to not live up to my full potential. It would be a slap in my mother's face. So I just want to give them back the return and investment that they made for me. And you know, my father is a big supporter. I look up to him. He's a very hard worker. He's worked hard all his life to support this family, and he's a very dedicated father, a very devoted father. I really look up to my brother. He's also a very hard worker, very dedicated father, and a very dedicated husband. And he's a great brother. You know, he's somebody I always looked up to. He's kind of the reason why I'm kind of a tomboy and I'm into Marvel stuff and I'm kind of a geek like that. And you know, I look up to my coach. He's not just a coach for me, he's a mentor. Before I make any big decisions, I run it past him because I trust him. I trust him with my life. I look up to everybody that's on my team that all get coached by Anthony Badeo, because we all sacrifice a lot to go for our dreams and to, you know, dream bigger, to share the dream with each other, to help inspire others. So, and we all work full-time jobs, and on top of that we train and we eat 6 times a day, and, you know, we do all this cardio when we're cutting, and it's just, they all come from different backgrounds, different struggles, and they're all super inspiring. As far as celebrities, I'm a big Janet fan because I am a technically trained dancer, so naturally I'm a Janet fan. But everything that she's done as far as reinventing herself and everything that she's done just in music, performing, movies, everything, she's a huge role model to me. Same thing with Beyonce. Ooh, Beyonce, you're everything, okay? You're everything. Her, and she's also just a great role model too. I also, because I'm a motivational speaker as well, so other motivational speakers that I love are like Eric Thomas and, you know, Tony Robbins and all that. So those are off the top of my head. Those are my big role models.
Got it.
Heroes.
All right. So lately, you've had your hands full. You're very busy with all your projects, being a model and bodybuilding. So what are some of the things that you're up to now?
Ooh, I've been doing a lot of photo shoots. I am a fitness model. I dabble in fashion and this and that. So I've been doing a lot of shoots the past couple weeks. and I've been sharing it little by little on my social media. I just don't want to blast people's walls too much. I don't want you to get sick of me. I get kind of sick of me. So I've been doing a lot of photo shoots. I recently just became an angel for this foundation called the Project Michelangelo Foundation, which I'm very, very thrilled and excited to be a part of. Basically, they're a non-for-profit organization that helps do missions to help children with life-threatening diseases, cancer, who have lived through abuse, not just physically, but verbally. And we help to give those deserving children a chance to fulfill their dreams, or to make them happy, or to just help people in need. So I'm very, very, very grateful and happy to be part of the team with them and part of the foundation. I'm very excited to go on the first mission and several missions in the future. So their tagline is an angel and hero for every child. So I am officially an angel. So that's one thing, and just a lot of photo shoots. I've been, I'm a posing coach as well, so I'm starting to pose new novice bikini competitors for their first shows. And yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. I've been doing a lot of visiting Bourbonnais at this gym called Fit Body U. Shout out to everybody from Fit Body U. I will actually be there tomorrow to take a kickboxing class and to do kind of a Q&A for health and wellness questions you might have. But that's a great gym. The whole purpose is to not be intimidating, to help answer questions for the general public, people that may be intimidated to be in a gym, or they don't know how to use the gym, or they're just getting started on their fitness journey. But there's also people there that are well along their fitness journey, and we all help each other. So I love everything they stand for. So shout out to you guys. I'm really enjoying doing a lot of work with you guys as well. So.
All right. Something else I want to bring up too is that you may be involved with a rather popular magazine. That I've seen you post this up.
Yes.
Online.
So I recently got accepted to be a contestant, to be a cover girl for Maxim. So the voting starts on September 2nd. I'm very grateful that they chose me to be one of the contestants. And I'm sure you're gonna share all my social media stuff later, and like down below or whatnot, so that you can click there, and we'll put the link there. So the voting starts September 2nd. So please vote for me so your girl can be on the cover. But either way, I'm very honored to be just considered. It's a big deal. Everybody's heard of Maxim. It's a pretty big deal. So I'm thrilled, I'm excited, and I'm just grateful.
Well, you have my vote.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, thought we'd switch gears. I thought this would be pretty fun to discuss. One other thing we have in common, what do you think of this last season of The Walking Dead?
To be honest.
Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen this last season.
To be honest, I still have it DVR'd, and I'm planning on the next rest day that my coach lets me have. I plan on sitting down with all 6 of my meals and binge watching it. Okay. So I like to save all those so that I don't like having the suspense, to be honest. I like to just watch it all in one shot. But I have to do it on a rest day where he really wants me to just kick my feet up. But I'm a huge Walking Dead fan. What's up, Norman Reedus? If you happen to be watching this, I'd love to, shoot things with you, get a crossbow lesson from you,
That reminds me, you've done some cosplay too.
Yes, I'm a cosplayer. Level 10 dork.
Yeah, you played Psylocke.
Yes,
Oh.
I am Psylocke. I'm an X-Men. So I'm actually going to be, because this is the week of the Wizard World Comic-Con in Chicago, so I'll be there at the Donald Stevens Convention Center on Saturday. I believe I'm going to be there from 10 to 2 cosplaying, so look out for me and get your photo up. I will be Psylocke. I'll be all in purple. I'm not gonna be looking like this. I'm gonna be Psylocke and I'm gonna be serious and I'm gonna move things with my brain.
Okay. All right. Who do you want to send a shout out to before we?
Big shout out to my coach, Anthony. I would not be able to do any of this without you. Big shout out to Jojo Saison, who is the CEO and founder and president of the Project Michelangelo Foundation. Thank you for welcoming me on board. I'm very excited to be doing work with you. Shout out to Kaylin Patterson and Mike Newman, who have welcomed me with open arms to Fit Body U. Shout out to everybody at Expert Brickyard. That's always gonna be my home no matter where I go in life. I will always remember where I come from, and that is Expert Brickyard. That is my home stomping grounds for life. No matter where I end up, who knows where this takes me, I'm always gonna come back home and I'm always gonna come back to the Brickyard. So shout out to my Expert Brickyard fam and the A-team.
Anna, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Shoot for the stars.
Okay, dream bigger.
This is Bobby and Anna signing off on the Bobby Experience. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, take care.
Bye.
Hey, so I'm now on Patreon. If you like this episode and other content, please consider clicking on the link for my Patreon page below and supporting the channel. Until next time, take care.